Hello, I'm Amanchu, and this is Minecraft Bedrock vs. Java, where I'll be playing through a survival world in Bedrock Edition and in Java Edition to compare the two. You're probably aware there are two versions of Minecraft. The Bedrock version uses C for its source code and is available on all the platforms: PC, gaming consoles, Android, everything. The Java version source code is written in, as you might guess, Java. It is available only on PC. Okay, so here we are at the startup screen. If you haven't figured it out, this is the Bedrock version of Minecraft. I had actually playing this on a PlayStation console, not on PC. In case you can't tell which version I'm in the videos, I may be switching back and forth in a single video between the two versions. I'm going to put up a symbol on the bottom right of the screen. This is a symbol for Java Edition, and this one for Bedrock Edition. Since this is currently Bedrock Edition, I'll put up the Bedrock icon. I'm going to generate a survival world in the Bedrock version and a survival world in the Java version. Right now I'm starting with Minecraft Bedrock. I'm going to go ahead and create a new game. New world. It will be survival, hard difficulty. I'm going to name it Bedrock versus Java. Get rid of the starting map. I don't really want the help to start with. That's the default setting, but I'm going to get rid of the starting map. And there we go, create. And here I go. Well, it's an interesting place to start. I'm right at the entrance to a cave. I also see iron down here. That's kind of cool. All right, so a Minecraft day is 20 minutes long. That's true for both versions, obviously. That means I have roughly 10 minutes to go before it gets dark out and monsters start coming out. So I really shouldn't dally too long. I gotta make good use of the first 10 minutes in a game world that I generate. So I'm just gonna look around a little bit and see what's here. And then I need to get busy collecting some wood, getting some food, maybe finding a way I can make a bed for some shelter. It's a very interesting starting point. Anyway, I start out right next to some spruce trees, which is great. Spruce is a great wood to start with. Let me collect a little of this wood. Now, it can be tempting. I oftentimes, when I first start playing, just collect a stupid, ridiculous amount of wood. I don't really need to get crazy with it, and I shouldn't waste too much time with wood. I gotta concentrate on the other things, food and a bed. Oh, hi there. There's a little drown there. Let's steer clear of him for the moment. Myself some of this. Helpful to have that sugar cane. I'm also going to need some flowers because they're good for dyes, and I will need dyes potentially pretty soon. It's a very interesting looking biome as I wander around here. Lots of cool stuff around. Very cool environments. All right. So as I pointed out before, I'm playing this game on console right now. I'm using a game controller. And, you know, it's kind of a matter of personal preference. I prefer playing the game with a game controller. In Java Edition, Java doesn't actually support game controllers. You can't use normally a game controller in Java Edition. It's for PC and it only supports keyboard and mouse. It is possible to set the game up to be played, to set Java Edition game to be played with a game controller. It's possible to do that. And, you know, I have to admit I'm more familiar with Bedrock. I play that game a lot more. I'm more experienced with it. When I first started playing Java Edition, I tried to set it up to play Java Edition with a game controller. And, oh, there's lots more sugarcane. The way I did that was I had a Steam account, and I set up Steam to actually be able to launch Minecraft, and then configured the game so that Steam could... Oh, this is where I spawned in, right here. I configured Steam so that it set up the configuration for how the controller would work with it, and then launched Minecraft Java Edition using Steam. But in the end, I found that the controls were just too sluggish and unresponsive with a game controller running it through Steam like that. And so I just abandoned it and went back to, playing Java Edition as it was intended with keyboard and mouse. It's not as ergonomically sound, I think. And I just feel more comfortable moving around and looking around in Minecraft using a controller instead of keyboard and mouse, generally speaking. But when I do play in Java Edition, I will be doing exclusively keyboard and mouse. As far as inventory management, crafting stuff, that does seem to be easier with keyboard and mouse. It's better designed for that. But it's really just a matter of what you're most comfortable with. Alright, let's see. I have now collected some cobblestone, and I think I'm done with this wooden pickaxe. It's really the only wooden tool I'll ever need. Pretty much, with one weird exception, which I can get into later. But it's pretty much the only wooden tool I'll ever use. Now I can go to a stone pickaxe, and while I'm at it, a stone axe, so I can get more wood. I'll also use this as a weapon. And I also have some iron right here. I wasn't expecting on the first day to do any mining or caving at all. But I spawned right here, and there's freaking iron ore and coal right here. I might as well. I just have in the back of my head that the clock is ticking. Night's gonna fall. Monsters are gonna spawn in. And it's gonna get dangerous out here. It'd be really nice if I could get myself a bed soon. Oh, there's more iron over here. Holy crap. Alright, let's try not to get too greedy. Food. I desperately need food. And the only mobs out here are wolves. I did see some sweet berries around here. I suppose I could collect those. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. Sheep. Yeah, the wolves will attack the sheep on sight as long as they're not tamed. And I guess they did my job for me. Killed the sheep. In order to make a bed, I'm going to need 3 wool, though. So we're going to have to find another sheep around here somewhere, if that's possible. There's some sweet berries. Let me go collect those. When I get into creating the Java Edition world, I will talk some more about world generation and some differences with that. But this, this is totally random world. I don't know what I'm going to get, what I'm going to start with. It turns out I started out with something interesting, something different. I'd say like half the time when you start a random world, you're going to start in a plains biome. That wasn't the case this time. Come on, sheep. For the love of God, find me some sheep! I don't want to have to survive the first night with all the monsters and such little equipment. Wolf. Sheep! Oh, how do I get to the sheep without falling to my death? I'm coming for you, sheep. It is getting dark out, too. Geronimo! Ow. Die, sheep! That was terrible aim. There we go. Oh, and just in the nick of time. Thank goodness. Alright, let's make ourselves a bed. Now, not all sheep are going to be white. I don't necessarily always get white wool. Also, I need more wood. To make a bed of a certain color, you need 3 of the same color wool. And one of the reasons I was collecting these flowers is so I could potentially make dye, so that I could get 3 pieces of wool of the same color. And, you know, speaking of differences between Java and Bedrock, I don't have any wool right now. Maybe I'll get into that later, but, you know. To dye wool in Bedrock Edition, you can take any color of wool and combine it with a dye to change it to the color of the dye. In Java Edition, you can only do that to white wool. So you can only dye white wool. But there is a way to get around that. What you can do is use the dye on the sheep and then kill the sheep, and then you can get the color of wool that you need. But I've been fortunate enough to, you know, find just white sheep at this point. Eat the food, don't plant it. Crying out loud. Alright, so I survived my first night. Alright, since I have a bed, I can survive the night now. I might as well go to town and harvest lots and lots and lots of wood. I need all of the wood. I want to get something like 4 stacks of logs before I go on to the next step. And it'd also be nice, as much as I like spruce, it's a great wood, it'd be nice to get a little variety. Maybe get some oak and some birch and whatever other kinds I can get. There's a chicken. To keep you around or harvest you for meat? At this stage, meat. Okay, now as you can see, I've collected 4.5 stacks plus of spruce. I think that's enough for now. I've burned through 2 axes in the process. So now I think it's time to focus more on collecting some meat. Doing a little more exploring, but I have to say, I kind of lucked out with this spawn point. This is a very cool biome to start in. Plentiful supply of wood and cow.
No.
Thank you. Thank you for your meat and leather. Appreciate that. Another cow.
No.
I will mercilessly kill all the animals in this game. Especially early on. I need the meat. I have to have it. And the leather's going to be kind of important to have early on too. I love this spawn point. I love spawning near an ocean. That's going to facilitate exploration a little bit. And this biome is fantastic for some kind of taiga biome, I think. Fantastic for the access to plentiful amounts of wood. I love it. But now I think I need to explore a little further afield, see if I can get some more meat, see what else is around here. And once I'm done with that, maybe settle down, set up a temporary base somewhere. I realize now I probably should have coordinates on. It'd be a little bit more advantageous to do that. I don't usually like to play with the coordinates on all the time, but it's not too obtrusive to have them up there. Also, let me make a little bit of dye. Where'd that sheep go? I'm gonna dye this gray sheep, make him a yellow sheep, and then now I have yellow wool. So in Java Edition, if I don't happen to get lucky and find all white sheep and get all white wool, that's how I would get 3 wool the same color. If I got a sheep that's not white, I use the dye on it and turn it into yellow or red or whatever dye I happen to have. And, you know, get 3 of those and I can make a bed. Also, I am kind of happy with this. You know, sometimes you get boring biomes. You start someplace really boring. It's just a plains. There's not much else near it. Here, I've not wandered too far, and there's a frozen ocean biome. That's fantastic. That's going to be a useful resource for me later on in the game. I'm really going to need the stuff there, the resources there. Not something I want right away, but in the future.
No.
Oh! My first hostile mob. Fortunately, the sun did most of the work there. Yes, finding the materials to make a bed on day 1 is important. I would have had a rough time without that. But because I was able to find a bed on day 1, it's now been several in-game days, and I haven't run into any hostile mobs before that one. Alright, I've been wandering around here for a while. I wandered along the coastline seeing what other biomes I could find and discovered that, yeah, this is kind of a big island right here. So there's nothing but spruce here. I've collected lots of spruce, but it'd be nice to have some other kinds of wood and other resources. So I think it's time to make a boat and start exploring other areas. Over there is, I don't know what they call that, a snowy tundra or something? I don't know. I don't remember the names of all the biomes. All I know is that kind of biome, it's everything snow-covered, and it doesn't rain there ever. It just snows. Ultimately, I want to find a good place to build a permanent home base. And honestly, where I am right now is probably a good spot for that. That biome over there is not a good place for a permanent home base. It looks pretty. It is pretty to look at and visit. But I found that I have tried to build a home base in that area, in that kind of biome before. And because it snows all the freaking time, that snow builds up, and it just covers everything that you build. You get snow on everything. And it builds up into multiple layers of snow. It makes it difficult to navigate around the stuff you built. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. Because you have to not just spawn-proof the area around your base, you have to snow-proof it too. It's just a pain. But in any case, I'm going to make a boat now and start exploring. And maybe I'll head out there first just to see what's there. Villages can exist there. It'd be nice to find a village. So that may be worth looking for. So making a boat. To make a boat in Bedrock, I need a shovel. So that's not how you build a boat in Java Edition. In Java Edition, a boat is just like, I think the pattern's like this. And that's a boat. In Bedrock Edition, you need to add a shovel to it too. You need a wooden shovel. So when I said this wooden pickaxe is the only wooden tool I'll ever make, well, to make boats in Bedrock, I need a shovel too. Why is the crafting recipe different between the 2 versions? Don't ask me. I don't know. But there are occasions like that where the crafting recipes are different between Java and Bedrock. It's rare, but there are occasions like that. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm glad I looked over here. This isn't just snowy tundra, snowy tiger, whatever they call it. This is an ice spikes biome. Wow. Wow. You know, I was just thinking, when I start this playthrough, I'm just going to pick whatever random biome I come across and make do with what I find. And here I am finding some really cool stuff pretty close to where I spawned in. This is pretty awesome. An ice spikes biome is a pretty rare biome. And it's kind of pretty to look at. Again, nice place to visit. You sure as heck wouldn't want to live there. Let's go over and have a look-see at that. And it's snowing. What do you know? Because that's what it does in this area. It snows. Wow, that is something pretty to look at, isn't it? And fortunately for me, you know, I could use some packed ice later in my playthrough. But I'm not going to have to harvest it from here, which is nice, because this is such a rare biome. I hate to destroy anything here. There is a frozen ocean nearby as well, and I can make use of that to get packed ice and even some blue ice. You see, as I leave the biome, the snow is turning into rain. Pretty cool. Also feels like it's getting, like, dark. Maybe I should sleep for the night. Let me head over there and I'll sleep. Yeah, as I wander around here, you see it's nice and open and flat. It looks like a nice place to build a base, except for the snow. The continuous snow that blankets everything, including the stuff you build. It makes it kind of a pain in the butt. I'm kind of hoping to run across a village, though. And the nice thing about this being so open is it's easy to find a village. There we go. There's a village. Perfect. This village should give me access to lots of useful resources. Wow, village and a wandering trader? What's this guy got for sale? Not that I have any emeralds right now, mind you.
Huh?
As I understand it, typically the wandering trader will sell things that aren't available in the biome where it currently is. So they're not going to sell me spruce saplings here, but they sell oak saplings expensively. Vines. Not that it matters because I have no emeralds. Alright, let's check out this village. That's interesting. A smoker. I want to try and be careful about what I collect here. Not only because I think it's more conscientious to not grief this village and steal everything, but also because I don't want to carry more stuff than I can carry. I don't want to collect more stuff than I can carry. But that's good stuff. Bread, much better food source than this stupid sweet berries. Some armor and a saddle. I could definitely use a saddle eventually. Hey, I have a hat. Look at me, I'm wearing a hat. Awesome. I'll also take this chest. Oh, look, snow. Yay. But also potatoes. And beetroot seeds, I guess I'll take that. Ooh, the smith has good stuff. Okay, now I'm getting to the point where I have too much stuff in my inventory and I'm going to have to make some choices. Let's make a bunch of dye. Dye the wool so it's not taking up multiple inventory slots. I now have iron armor. Awesome. A couple iron pickaxes. And my inventory is getting pretty much full. Well, there it is. Now what do I do? I have too much stuff. I am carrying too much crap. I'll tell you one thing I'll do. With that 3 iron, I will make a bucket. Because that's going to be extremely useful to me. I like to be conscientious. Take all the crops. I'll replant the crops. Because I'm feeling nice. Okay, I think I've gotten a fairly good start with this at this point. My inventory is full of stuff. I'm a little disappointed. There's some great biomes here, and I can't complain really that much about it. But I'm a little disappointed that the only wood I found so far is spruce. That's all. Spruce is great. Don't get me wrong, spruce is awesome, but that's the only wood I found. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave it here and go to the Java edition. When I come back to here, I'm going to want to try and find a place to build a permanent or semi-permanent base. I'm not sure where that's going to be yet. Possibly, I look up over here, like over in that area. That might be a good spot. I don't want to be somewhere where it snows all the time and the snow builds up and becomes unmanageable. But over there might be a good spot, and that's should be fairly close to the village. It'd be nice to be close to an existing village for various reasons. But that will be it. And now let's go and start the Java world, because this is going to be about doing a survival progression playthrough for both versions. Okay, now here I am at the title menu screen for Java Edition. Obviously, it's why it says Java Edition there, right? So I'm going to create a world now in Java Edition. The user interface here is a little bit different, but generally speaking, if you can figure out one, you can figure out the other. There are a lot of differences when it comes to the functionality of things I can do. If I go to Create New World, as far as options here, in the Bedrock edition, I can set to generate a world. I can set it up in Bedrock edition to generate a world where you're next to a specific kind of biome. Like you want to start in a world you're next to a desert or a jungle. There's a variety of different biomes that you could start out next to. Java edition doesn't work that way, but instead what you can do is have a world type that's like all of a single biome type. So instead of starting out next to a desert biome, you could start out in a world that's entirely desert, or basically any other biome type. But in any case, that's not what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to create a new world. I'm going to call it Java versus Bedrock. Difficulty hard. Survival mode. Go to options, and I'm going to select the seed that's going to be the same world seed as the Bedrock edition world. And so this is the same seed the Bedrock version had. What does that do? Actually, nothing. It does nothing whatsoever. When Minecraft generates a new random world, it's going to be completely different from any other world. But there are a finite number of possible worlds that can be generated. It's a big number. Depending on how you want to count it, it's no less than 4 billion possible worlds. But if you happen to find a random world that has some interesting biomes nearby, or you spawn near some interesting structures and you want to share that with other people, you can give them this world seed, and anyone who uses the same world seed will generate their own copy of the same world. But because Bedrock Edition and Java Edition use different source code, their world generation algorithms are different. If I use a Bedrock world seed to generate a Java world, it's not going to look the same. It's going to be completely different. But this is, trust me, this is the same seed I had for the Bedrock Edition. And we'll see when I generate it, it's not going to look anything like the Bedrock world. Well, we'll see what it looks like. All right. Great new world. All right. And here I am in the Java Edition world, and I can already tell this is a very different place. The last time I spawned in, I believe it's a giant tree taiga in the Bedrock world. This is clearly a forest. I have actual oak trees here. I'm going to collect some of that wood. And there are birch trees here as well, so I got some variety of different kinds of wood. That's nice. And what I'm going to do starting out this world is very much the same as what I did in the Bedrock edition. I'm going to collect some of these flowers. As I discussed before, when using wool to make a bed, I might need to dye the sheep, because I might not necessarily be able to dye the wool unless they're white sheep. Dye the sheep and get their wool so I can get 3 pieces of wool that are the same color. Let me look around a little bit, see what's here. I see some pigs off in the distance. Oop, gotta watch my step here. Awesome. So already, I mean, I like the other biome that I spawned in the Bedrock world, but this one, I have a forest. There's spruce over there, so I have access to 3 different wood types already, which is kind of cool. And there's an ocean over there. But let me get started. Crafting some stuff. I also hear some lava nearby. Got a crafting table. I'll get me some planks. Some sticks. And make me, shoot, wooden pickaxe. Where is that lava coming from? Definitely hear lava noises. Must be underground someplace. I'm not sure where. Well, there's some lava over there. Nice looking lava fall. Alright, but this is going to be kind of the same deal. Oh, and I accomplished an advancement. That's something else I wanted to mention about a difference between Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. In Bedrock Edition, there are achievements, not advancements, and it's a similar kind of concept. But in Bedrock Edition, the achievements are attached to your account, so you can earn them once, and that's it. In Java Edition, the advancements, and I could go actually see if I can list them. Yeah, that's the button there. There's not many advancements shown yet because I have to do some more things to unlock them. But these advancements are tied to the world, which means every time I generate a new world, I can earn those advancements all over again. And that's kind of a nice thing. I kind of like that. The style of play I have for Minecraft typically is I'm not one of those people that will stick in the same world for years and just keep the same world and do these amazing, huge mega builds in it. I'm more about the adventuring and going through the game progression and fighting the end dragon. And I might stick with a world for a couple of months and then get bored with it and want to generate a brand new world. And so it's nice that these advancements, I could go through that progression of earning the advancements every new world I generate. Oh, I broke it. Oh well. Time to make some new tools. Give me a pickaxe. And give me an axe. And you know what? I actually think I'm going to make a sword too. As I swing at this defenseless cow, you may notice that the combat looks a little different than it did in the Bedrock Edition. There's like this little power bar in the middle of the screen. In Java Edition, I can't just swing the weapons as fast as I possibly can do it. I can't just spam them. There's a certain speed at which they will swing. And in fact, if I look at the menu here, it'll show me. So the axe has 9 attack damage, 0.8 attack speed. Sword, much less attack damage, but twice the attack speed. And in the Bedrock Edition world, I never made a sword. I haven't made a sword yet. I didn't bother with a stone sword. In Bedrock Edition, you can spam attacks as fast as you want, and it just so happens that the damage the axes do in Bedrock Edition is slightly less than swords. In Java Edition, the axes do a lot of damage, but you can't just swing it like really rapidly. You have to time your attacks appropriately. So in Bedrock, I'm quite comfortable using the axe as a weapon. It's just about as good as the sword, and it also can be used as a tool for chopping wood as well. So I don't need a sword in addition to that, especially if it's just a stone sword. If I could get like an iron sword or a diamond sword and put enchantments on them, yeah, then I'd definitely want to use a sword. But just starting out, I wouldn't bother in Bedrock. In Java Edition, I'm not as good with the combat. If I was like a real PvP pro, they tend to prefer using axes because they do a ridiculous amount of damage if you're good at timing your attacks appropriately. And I'm not. So I'd rather have a sword. I can swing it more quickly. And another thing about the sword, which I can't really demonstrate just yet, but in Java Edition, when you swing a sword, it hits everything in front of you. In Bedrock Edition, you can only hit one thing at a time. I hate to spend too much time chopping down trees, but I do want to get some saplings of each wood type so that I could, like, farm wood at my base of different kinds. So I want to get at least some samples of the birch to start with. I also want to go get that spruce wood. Oh, the sun is going down, and I am concerned. I said before, I'm not as experienced with Java Edition, and I may end up dying a lot. In the other world, I was able to get the ingredients to make a bed right away. Not so much this time. And the sun's going down. I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to have a problem. Alright, here I am, standing on top of a tree in the rain. Yeah, you'll notice that my skin is different in the Java Edition. I haven't put a lot of time and effort to making custom skins, and I haven't actually managed to get a skin that's the same for both versions. I guess I could have played through both playthroughs as Steve, the default skin, but I wanted to do something a little different. But I may be stuck here all night in the rain, waiting for the light to come so that I don't get murdered by all the horrible monsters out there. It's unfortunate I just didn't find much, didn't find any sheep, didn't find a way to make a bed. So this is how I'm spending my first night in the Java world. Yay. I guess while I'm standing here, I could, like, point out a few things. So I did turn on coordinates in the Bedrock world. You don't really do that in the Java world. Instead, there's something called a debug screen. I can bring this thing up. There's a lot of information here. There's just all kinds of numbers and stuff up here, but it does show my coordinates, XYZ coordinates, and a lot of other information, like the fact that I'm in a wooded mountains biome. Well, that's interesting. It can also tell me information about blocks that I'm looking at. Yeah, there's lots of interesting, useful things in there. I just have to hope I don't get noticed. Speak of the devil. Okay. I got spotted. I guess while I'm up here, I'll make a boat. Notice I did not need a shovel to make the boat. I'm wondering if maybe I should take that boat and go out on the water. It'd be a lot safer out there. And I'd be able to explore from a position of relative safety. Let's make a break for it. Ow! Ow! Pain. Okay. What a lovely way to start things out. I have no food except rotten flesh. It's raining. It's dark. I'm hurt. This isn't good. This is very not good. Maybe I should eat the rotten flesh. I'll pass right now. Let's just explore a little bit and see if I can find something useful out here. Ow! Where'd that skeleton come from? Are they in the water? Oh, shoot. There's a drowned with a trident. Yeah, things are going badly right now. This is not a happy place. That's what that was. I thought it was a skeleton shooting at me. It was a zombie with a trident. Okay. I made it through the first night. Not unscathed, but I made it. And it looks like maybe I'm coming close to a plains biome, which would be nice. Because I'll tend to find plenty of animals here. At least in theory. Like there's some sheep. A bunch of sheep. Ah, brown sheep. Okay. Hold that thought, brown sheep. I'm gonna turn you red. Now I have red wool. Okay. Oh, Thank goodness I have a bed. I won't have to do another night like the last one. That was a nightmare. Is this a village I see before me? Thank goodness. A village, I'm saved. And a bunch more sheep. Villagers are so important to find early game. They're so full of resources that are just a huge help. There's a blacksmith here. Blacksmith chests often have really good stuff. And this is no exception. Yay, food. Legitimate food. And apples, I'll take those too. I suppose... Once I have 3 iron, the first thing I want to make... Not a pickaxe. A bucket. Absolutely a bucket. Booyah! I'll take it. Hay bales. Awesome. I'm going to steal all of their hay bales. Oh, some coal over here. I'll take all the coal I can get. And iron. Sweet. Alright, I've raided the village. I'm pretty happy with what I got here. Now let's go explore this plains and find some more meat. And die you. And die you. See what I did there? So, little known fact about me. If you haven't seen my other channel, which in all likelihood you haven't, and followed it, you would not know this about me. I hate horses! And I also need the leather. What do I see up here? Pumpkins! Awesome! Pumpkins will be a nice thing to add to my starting base. Oh, wow. There's the super rare pink sheep that doesn't spawn naturally in the environment very often. Part of me says I should probably leave that one alone. I think I will. It may despawn on its own anyway, but I'll leave it alone for now. Did that just happen? That little sheep, like, ate my crafting table. That is so bizarre. Okay. Oh, now I have to... What the heck just happened? I don't understand what just happened there. That is so bizarre. Anywho. I would like to have another stone sword. So that I might continue the slaughter. What is that smoke over there? What is going on over there? I don't think that's something on fire. What is that? Another village. Very nice. Holy crap. 5 obsidian. I'll take it. And some iron armor. Sweet. Bookshelves. Well, I hate to grief these guys and take all their stuff, but I can definitely use this. I will be taking this. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. I now have enough obsidian to actually make a nether portal. Not that I intend to do that. That's not going to happen for a while. Alright, I seem to have a pretty full inventory now. The only thing that I'm not, that I don't have right now in the Java world that I had in the Bedrock world is I don't have sugarcane. Otherwise, I think I'm pretty good, and this is a pretty good start. I will leave off here, right next to our, oops. I'll leave off here right next to our pink sheep, and I think I've gotten a good start with things. I've got some meat, I've got a bed in both worlds. And the next step is probably going to be to make ourselves a semi-permanent shelter slash base. Then I have to think about the raw materials I have to build with in the areas where I'm going to be able to build. It's going to be definitely different biomes. So anyway, that will be next. But for now, I hope you liked this video. If you saw this much of it, if you watched to the end, you probably did. And if so, click on the like button and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this and see how this series plays out. As I said in the intro video for this, my intention is to beat the End Dragon, to collect at least 4 beacons before the end of the series in both the Java Edition world and the Bedrock world, putting out the various differences along the way, and they are many. So watch for more of that next time on Amon Chooses Minecraft Java versus Bedrock.